I'll be honest, I've always been a sucker for nostalgia. I've gone on deep dives onto Wikipedia and IMDb on some of my favorite cartoon shows when I was a kid. I've spent hours traveling to a random shop just to get the one snack I wanted that I knew was going to be there from my childhood. Lucky for me, one of the aspects that I get to do to this day is video games. They're clearly way more accessible to me now. I don't have to worry about if I can afford to buy a video game. Sitting down Saturday morning on the couch to watch cartoons with a bowl of cereal was the highlight of my week. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw this poster. At first glance, this looks like a fever dream, but this is real. This is actually in development. So, let's talk about this. So I'm a pretty big fighting game guy, if you haven't noticed from my channel. I've spent most of my childhood wasting quarters in my local bowling alley or having my fingers attached to a controller. Games like Tekken, Killer Instinct, and Mortal Kombat were some of my favorites. I liked how anyone could just pick it up and button mash their way to victory. These games became more fun to me when I learned the special moves and, of course, later on the combos. It was, of course, simpler times, but these are memories I truly cherish. I think this is why Cereal Killaz just stands out to me. It's a fighting game that's also rooted in the next best thing of when I was a kid. Sugar. And when I mean by sugar, I of course mean cereal. Putting aside the fact cereal just tastes delicious, the cereal aisle was one of my favorite parts of going to the store as a kid. I swear I could have just stood there in the cereal aisle the entire time while my mom went shopping, pondering what cereal I was going to choose. Do I go with chocolatey or fruity? Oh, what kind of toy do they have? And probably most importantly, which mascot was I going to choose? Somehow the guys at Cereal Killaz found the secret recipe to just hit my nostalgic funny bone just right. And I've never wanted a game more in my life. Speaking of the guys, the team putting the game together, maybe it's just me, but I think they feel the same way. In their Indiegogo page, they not only share the passion to complete this project, they're being honest and very self-aware. A quote from their page literally says, Cereal Killaz is being developed by a team of industry professionals whose long-standing passion for fighting games and breakfast foods has led them to collaborate on making the game of their dreams. Like, this is exactly what I want from a developer. I want to feel like they not only want to make the game, they want to sit right next to you and play a best of 5 when it's done. Super sorry if I pronounced any of this wrong, guys. The team is being led by Michael Metallica Sebastian, who's done work with Universal Studios, Carl Jones, and the LA Clippers. Programming is being done by Michael Mooney, who's worked with Capcom, Ubisoft, and Riot Games. The lead animator and gameplay designer is Andrew Hein Ratanankankam. Corey Rivera is the background artist and UI designer. And finally, Lee Williams, who's worked with Ubisoft, Devolver Digital, and Choice Games, is the writer. These guys have my full support in bringing us the nostalgia fever dream I've never realized I wanted. So where do they stand currently? Well, as of right now, pretty damn good. I donated to their Indiegogo page in 2020, and then like a month later, it was refunded. I kind of was nervous, but then quickly realized that they were privately funded, which means things are legit. And better yet, those who contributed to the campaign get to beta test. So as I'm typing this, Cereal Killaz team is hard at work creating their demo build. The demo build will feature 2-player local play, a tutorial story mode for 2 characters, Terity and McLucky, and a training stage to beat the crap out of a box of oats. And hopefully more. Probably the most exciting thing of what they've done with this game is the amazing job they did with the roster. 22 characters if you add the female variants. Each one of these characters scream creativity.
Like any other fighting game fan, I'm already preemptively picking the characters I want to use without knowing what they do. Terity, AppJX, and Sunny Two Shanks are the characters that are really grabbing my attention.
And the character designs aren't the only thing I like. The general story the team put together is brilliant. I love the darker aspects they've added to the characters and the world the combatants will be fighting in. And through all of this, it still keeps that like 90s retro look that brings me right back to my 12-year-old self on the couch on Saturday. This logo, Cereal Killaz, kind of describes everything you need to know about the game. They took the world of wonder while we were kids and transformed it into the ultimate game for us adults who just wish for simpler times. Metallica has a tag he uses on his social media. I make dope shit. And I'll be honest, I think he's right. I cannot wait for this game, and I will be playing the demo the moment it's available. But what about you? What do you think of Cereal Killaz? Which characters are you excited for? Let me know in the comments below. For those who don't know, I stream on Twitch every Sunday. Come and hang out. My link is in the description below, along with all my social media tags. If you like the video today, don't forget to leave a like and subscribe. My name is Phil, and of course, I'll talk to you guys soon.